I've made so much money in crypto, it almost feels illegal. And no, I'm not talking about gambling altcoins or trading meme coins. I'm talking about reading the one signal institutions follow before Bitcoin moves. Most people never look at it, but once you see it, well, then you'll never trade the same way again. And it's so stupid simple that even a complete beginner could follow it. And that's exactly what I'll be showing you in this video. Let's have a look at gold, because gold is the ultimate safe haven asset. COVID-19 broke out in late 2019. And as you guys can see, gold might have been one of the only assets that actually benefited. Now, I want you to pay attention to where gold was in July of 2020. If we now compare the price action here in July of 2020 to the bottom that was formed during COVID, well, then we can see a clear improvement, right? Gold had basically just been rallying. Now, if we compare that to Bitcoin, which is considered a risky asset, you can see that the price action in July here was basically just the rebalance from the low, right? So Bitcoin was back to its levels prior to COVID-19, all while gold was obviously in a much better position, right? I mean, gold had just been rallying and rallying and rallying. Now, why was that? Well, because smart money flows again from low risk assets and into high risk assets. So low risk assets move before high risk assets follow. And I will explain exactly why smart money flows that way using the risk curve that you're seeing on the screen. So on the left side, we have potential risk, and at the bottom, we have potential reward. Now, all the way here at the bottom, we have physical gold. Again, that is the safe haven asset. This is essentially a risk-free investment, right? But the potential reward also isn't that great. And we can say the exact same thing about the S&P 500 and other indexes, right? The potential risk isn't really a lot, but you could say the same thing about the potential reward. So these are the assets that investors pivot towards as the first possible thing during economic uncertainty. Whenever the investor risk appetite is low, well, then you can expect assets like physical gold to start pumping first. Once their confidence increases a little bit, well, then we see a rally in the S&P 500. Once it continues to increase, we see singular mega cap stocks like Nvidia and Microsoft starting to show traction. And as the investor confidence grows, you will see all the mid cap stocks starting to run. And at the end, well, then you'll see assets like Bitcoin starting to rally. So hopefully you understand that this entire cycle is based upon investor risk appetite. Eventually, they will go from Bitcoin and invest in Ethereum, and at the very end, during the euphoric stage, well, then they will invest in altcoins. And that's when we get that so-called altcoin season, right? And so that's exactly how we can predict price action in multiple different markets simply looking at investor risk appetite. You can use it like this: low risk, mid risk, high risk, and ultra high risk. And that's how it goes, right? We go from low risk to mid risk to high risk and then to ultra high risk. You can basically use this chart to figure out exactly where we're sitting within the economy. Whenever you see these assets start to outperform the rest of the market, that is a clear signal that there's something wrong with the economy. Maybe inflation is high, or maybe the labor market is shrinking. Maybe there's geopolitical tensions. Whatever it might be, investors are not confident. And whenever we start to see these ultra high risk assets start to run, well, then that's a clear sign that we're probably in the later phases of the liquidity cycle. But here is where it gets interesting. Once you understand how money climbs that risk ladder, you'll start to notice something most crypto traders completely miss. You see, there's a specific set of markets that quietly moves before Bitcoin does. And once you know where to look, well, then you'll notice that shift long before it shows up on the Bitcoin chart. So while most traders worry about on-chain data and previous cycles, you should put your attention towards the stock market. And I want to show you a great example using the S&P 500 against Bitcoin. So during May and June of this year, well, then the S&P 500 and Bitcoin was basically trapped inside of consolidations. This is also what we call a balanced price range, because there's a balance between buyers and sellers, which makes the market basically go sideways. Now, here's where it gets interesting, okay? Because the 24th of June is exactly when the S&P 500 broke out of that consolidation. If we then compare that to Bitcoin, we can see a clear difference, right? Because Bitcoin broke out of that same consolidation on July 10th. So the stock market broke out of the same consolidation as Bitcoin and made new all-time highs almost a month before Bitcoin. Here's the best part. I break down all of these external concepts that you can use inside of my free private community. I also break down my personal trades and gave away a free course. Here's why it's important, okay? Bitcoin is now connected to the global economy. Ever since the ETFs were approved, this isn't just a speculative asset, because traditional capital could finally enter Bitcoin directly. So, what should we watch to know exactly when real liquidity enters? How do we separate useful signals from pure noise? Let's break down the 3 economic indicators that you need to look for. The first one being inflation data, and more specifically, easing inflation. Let me show you exactly what I mean. In 2022, the inflation in the US went completely out of control. At the peak, it was sitting at 9.1%. So the Fed, well, they did the only logical thing. They hiked the interest rates, and that brought down inflation. Now, here's where it gets interesting, okay? Because in January of 2023, well, then Bitcoin started to go completely parabolic. Now, this wasn't random. It clearly correlated with the inflation going down lower. In January of 2023, it had gone from 9.1% and all the way down to 6.4. So as the inflation was falling aggressively, well, Bitcoin was rising aggressively. And that right there is a perfect example of how we can use economic data to predict the future price of Bitcoin. Number 2 is the labor market, but with a bit of nuance. More specifically, low unemployment and a steady job growth. Why? Well, because this increases consumer confidence, which makes equities pump and then Bitcoin follows. So let's have a look at it. The blue line here represents the unemployment rate in the US, and the orange line is obviously the price of Bitcoin. What you might be able to tell is that they are slightly inversely correlated. The unemployment in August of 2024 was at 4.2%, but when it then dropped to just 4.1%, we instantly saw a massive increase in the price of Bitcoin. When unemployment then went from 4.2% down to about 4%, well, then we instantly saw a massive dip in the price of Bitcoin. Right now, the unemployment rate is rising, and it's rising rapidly, right? It went from about 4.1% in June, and now here in September is sitting at 4.4%. And of course, we can see that Bitcoin is dropping rapidly as this unemployment keeps increasing. So whenever unemployment is low, well, then that's typically when we can expect a rally within the Bitcoin market. And it's quite simple. When we have more people in jobs, well, then that means more people are earning more money. Those people now have more capital to invest in assets like Bitcoin, and so the investor risk appetite naturally increases. And the last one, we of course have the Fed rate cuts. The blue line is the US inflation rate, and the yellow line is the US interest rate. As you guys can see, these are pretty inversely correlated, right? As soon as the interest rates go down, well, then inflation goes up, vice versa. And that's because the Fed uses interest rates to regulate inflation. Now, you might sit there and say, okay, well, why is it bullish for Bitcoin when we cut rates? Because as we can see here, right, when the rates are cut, well, then inflation goes higher. And I just said that low inflation is bullish for Bitcoin. So I understand the confusion. Here's why rate cuts are bullish for risk assets, even though it increases inflation. Let's say that we have interest rates sitting at 5%, and then the Fed decides that, okay, it's time to cut them. What happens is that borrowing money from the bank now becomes a whole lot cheaper. And what does that do? Well, it attracts a whole lot of investors, right? They start to borrow a lot more money. So there's a lot more money between the hands of investors, and that is exactly why we see risk assets thrive. Because the more money the investors have, generally speaking, the higher their risk appetite grows. And again, the higher the risk appetite, the better for risk assets. So in the short term, yes, rate cuts are extremely bullish. But where do you find all this economic data? Well, one of my personal favorites is the Forex Factory, okay? It's my economic calendar that I've used for years. So I can basically scroll back and forward throughout the weeks here and see exactly what type of economic data we have coming out. So for example, on Thursday, we have unemployment claims coming out, and that's really, really relevant for my investment. So that's obviously something I want to pay attention to, and that's exactly what I use the Forex Factory for. However, if I want to look at historical data, well, then I refer to the Trading Economics website. Okay, this is great. It's exactly how I showed you these charts earlier in the video. Okay, we can have a look at everything, and we can even compare charts entirely for free. Those are the 2 websites that I primarily use to find my economic data, whether it's previous economic data or future economic data. The one thing I want you to take away from this video is the fact that you can literally predict Bitcoin price action based on the stock market. I can even show you another example here in 2024. So in July and August of 2024, the S&P 500 was basically consolidating. We saw the exact same thing, only a little bit longer here on Bitcoin. What we have to pay attention to here is when the stock market actually breaks out of this consolidation. That took place the 19th of September. Now let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke out of that same consolidation on the 7th 7th of November. So there's a significant delay between the breakout happening in the stock market and that same breakout happening in the crypto market. And why is that? Well, because of investor risk appetite. It does not take a lot of confidence within the economy to invest in assets like the S&P 500. However, it does require a little bit more confidence to invest in assets like Bitcoin, and it's that delay right there that we can use to our advantage. Here's exactly what you do next. Watch equities closely, track CPI, labor data, and Fed speeches, and use both as leading indicators. That is exactly how you get ahead of the crowd. Most traders are looking at the RSI, the MACD, and all these different moving averages, and you're paying attention to the macro environment. Because again, if you only look at crypto charts, well, then you're missing half the picture. The real alpha is in traditional finance, because that is exactly what moved the market. Now, if you want to follow similar strategies like this one and basically elevate your trading, well, then check the link down below and join my free community. Once you join, you not only get access to an entire Telegram full of my trade signals, my analysis, and everything I do in crypto, you also get access to an entire video course showing you all the systems that I use on a daily basis, and that will basically take you from knowing nothing to being a profitable trader. And just to be clear, this community is 100% free. I'm not charging a single cent. I've made enough money from crypto itself, and so my next mission is to build the largest and most profitable community crypto has ever seen. And if I make that free, well, then that means that basically anyone can join. So click the link below or scan the QR code on the screen, and I will see you on the inside.